Hi there, this is Dave Schwartz, author of Roll the Bones, The History of Gambling, Casino Edition. Back for more of a walkthrough through the book, which everybody seems to like so much. I'm going to do some more of that. Last chapter I talked about was chapter 2, which ended with the Prussians, of all people, banning gambling in, of all places, Prussia in 1872, and I alluded to European gambling shifting, moving somewhere else. Well, in chapter 3 we find out just where it goes. The chapter is called A Sunny Place for Shady People, which was Monaco's catchphrase for a long time. And I think that maybe if the Las Vegas people hadn't gone with what happens here stays here, they might have gone for that as the new catchphrase of Las Vegas. Or maybe not, but I digress. Monaco in the 1870s, 1860s, 1870s was a poor principality on the French Riviera, although it was not part of France politically, that really didn't have a lot going for it. They didn't have much of an economy at all. They were really up against the ropes. And they were pretty desperate. And about 15 years earlier, in 1856, the then ruler of Monaco, Prince Florestan I, granted a concession for what he called a bathing establishment, and I don't believe I just did air quotes in a video. Probably not going to edit that out. Leave that in there. Anyway, a bathing establishment that would include gambling. And obviously he wanted to duplicate what had been going on in the Rhine resorts that we talked about in chapter 2. First two operators who came in to take him up on it failed miserably. It went horribly. Francois Blanc, though, who'd been so successful in Hamburg, got wind of it, and in 1863 decided that he wanted to hedge his bets. He was already kind of leery of Prussia, and this was one of the reasons why Francois Blanc was probably the best operator of the entire 19th century. Very smart guy, could see, as Steve Wynn would say, could see around corners, and decided to get the franchise for gambling in Monaco. What he did right away is he started to upgrade the hotel, and he built infrastructure like a train line that opened in 1868, and this really helped make Monaco more accessible to people, which meant more people started coming there to gamble. Also, having learned his lesson in Prussia, he was very generous with French politicians, because even though Monaco wasn't part of France, it wouldn't be that hard for the French government to suppress gambling there by not allowing people to go there, or, not building a rail line. So he decided to be generous with them. Also, he loaned money directly to the French government, so he made himself really indispensable to France. Now, in Monaco, he decided he also wanted to make himself indispensable there, and one of the things he did was he renamed the section of Monaco which had the casino Monte Carlo, which to us sounds like such a natural name for a gambling destination. Back then it wasn't. Basically, all you need to know why it's called Monte Carlo was that Charles III was the reigning prince of Monaco, and Monte Carlo basically means Mount Charles. So here's a great lesson here for you, whatever your field is. If you want to get buy-in from somebody, what some people call them stakeholders, I won't stoop that low, but if you want to get buy-in for somebody, like your boss for a project, name it after them, and they will go for it, because this worked like a charm with Charles II. The casino at Monte Carlo became the central gathering place for nobility, con artists, gamblers from all over Europe who would come there, and really became the #1 place because no place else was left. It's the place where a lot of supposedly can't-miss gambling systems, and I resisted the urge to do air quotes with can't miss, so thank you for that, were developed and were tested, and all of them missed. There's a big section in the chapter about the development of gambling systems. There's also a big section about the superstitions that people have, which are very amusing, a big section about the casino employees. Monte Carlo as a casino developed and really thrived until around World War I. And here's the part where the Downton Abbey fans say, I knew it. A lot like Downton Abbey, as you saw in that show, the world really started to change. And in addition to guys not wearing white tie and tails to dinner every night or whatever they were wearing, one of the things that happened is Monte Carlo was no longer as fashionable. Another thing that happens is France legalizes casinos in the entire country of France in 1907. So that really starts to bite Monte Carlo too. Today, even though Monaco still has that sophisticated vibe, it's considered very elegant, it's not really people's first or second or third or probably even 10th thought when they think of international gambling destinations. So that's chapter 3. Hope you liked it. Hope there's enough in there to pique your curiosity, and you'll check out Roll the Bones, The History of Gambling, Casino Edition, and you can learn more at rollthebonesbook.com. Thank you very much.